Hello and many thanks for joining us on the program from the National Assembly, House of Representatives. I am Mitaire Ikwen. The House of Representatives is currently on a 6-week annual recess, but before embarking on the break, Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, constituted and inaugurated 134 standing committees in line with Section 62, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Speaker emphasized that the competencies, skills, and legislative interests of members of the House were considered in assigning them to the various committees. The inauguration of the standing committees put paid to weeks of suspense among the lawmakers over who gets what committee. On the program today, we shall now bring you highlights of that plenary before the recess.
Of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thee grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God. It is with a heavy heart, but in total submission to the will of God, that I announce the passing unto the glory of our own Senator, Franca Afebua, who was Nigeria's first female senator that served in the Second Republic. Franca Afebua was a nationalist. The funeral arrangement will be duly communicated. May I humbly plead the House to observe a minute of silence in our honor. Thank you, and accept the assurances of my highest regard. Yours faithfully, Honorable Anemero Dekeri. Honorable colleagues, I will take a brief excuse to attend to some important matters. The DS will preside on my behalf. I will join you later. Thank you. Based on the earlier announcement, there was a request for prayers, a minute silence on behalf of our first female senator. So shall we rise all? May the soul of the departed rest in peace. Amen.
Any member with petition? In the wisdom of the Secretariat, they have selected 222. So we'll do 2 per zone or even 1 per zone. Good. The House, those in support that we do 1 per zone say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, the House want to direct that we do only 1 per zone. 1 per zone. So it's 6. Let's not do more than 6 motions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, I want you to tick it per zone. 1, 1, 1. Members want 1. Yeah, go ahead with your petition and make it brief, please.
This afternoon, I rise to lay before the House a petition from one of my constituents by name Akwagu Joseph from Askira Uba, who was unlawfully dismissed from the Nigerian army. Sir, may I seek the relief of the House to lay this petition for consideration.
Leave granted. You may now lay your petition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, there is a petition from my constituency concerning Kindred's family. They wrote a petition in respect to, they are appealing for House of Representatives to use, urgent appeal for the House of Representatives of Federal Republic of Nigeria to use its oversight function in resolving cases of multiple assassination and selfless killing in Amechu 1 and Obago Konano communities for the interest of justice, law, and order. Mr. Speaker, I humbly apply for the House to allow me to lay this petition before the House.
You may now lay your petition.
Mr. Speaker, respectfully, I rise pursuant to Order 8, Rule 4 of our standing orders to move a motion on a matter of urgent public importance on the ongoing flood ravaging Ikot Ebiere and Ikot Ndwa Iman communities in Unalugu government area of Akwa Ibom State. Also move that relevant rules of the House be suspended to allow me to take the motion now. I so move.
I rise to second the motion ably moved by my honorable colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
I need to put the question with the second arm of the question, the motion that he moved. Those in support that is urgent enough to be heard now, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Go ahead and move your motion, please. Go straight to the point, introduce it, and go to the prayers.
Flood ravaging in Ikot Ebiere and Ikot Ndwa Iman communities in Unalugu government area of Akwa Ibom State. Respectfully, I want to move to our prayers. Prayer number 1. Urge the Federal Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, the NDDC, and all other relevant agencies to immediately wade into the situation in Ikot Ebiere, Ikot Ndwa Iman communities with a view to controlling the flood in the communities and to map out preventive measures against any immediate future occurrence of flood in the affected areas. Number 2, urge the National Emergency Management Agency and other relevant agencies to immediately set up makeshift shelters and provide remedial aid to the affected inhabitants and occupants in the affected communities. 3, mandate the Committee on Disaster Preparedness when constituted to ensure implementation. I so move.
And honorable colleagues, the business of the day is presentation of
order,
65 bills.
Federal Roads Authority Bill 2023 first reading. National Roads Fund Bill 2023 first reading. National Transport Commission Bill 2023 first reading. Nigeria Railway Bill 2023 first reading. Federal University of Agriculture Umpu Bill 2023 first reading. Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill 2023 first reading.
Honorable Jimmy, approach the chair.
National Postgraduate College of Medical Laboratory Science Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Armed Forces Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Nigeria Police Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. ECOWAS Convention on Small Arms and Light Weapons, their ammunition and other related materials ratification and enforcement Bill 2023 first reading. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Psychiatric Hospitals Management Board Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. National Institute for Sports Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Court of Appeal Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Estate Surveyors and Valuers Registration ETC Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Professional Body Special Provision Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Federal College of Agriculture Orim 1 Uhumwode Edo State Bill 2023 first reading. Nigerian Association of Paralegals Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Public Procurement Practitioners Council of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Food Vendors Registration Council of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery Mbosi, Anambra State Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Federal College of Aviation Technology Ihala, Anambra State Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. National Institute for Vocational and Technical Education ULI, Anambra State Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Federal College of Agriculture Abi Cross River State Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Explosive Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Internet Child Pornography Prevention Bill Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Palm Oil Development Bill Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Agriculture Control of Importation Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Trade Union Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Chartered Institute of Financial and Investment Analysts of Nigeria Bill Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure Act Amendment Bill 2023 first reading. Cancer Registry Bill Establishment Bill 2023 first reading. Estate Surveyor and Valuers Registration ETC Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Environmental Health Bill Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Oil and Gas Investment and Free Zone Bill Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, first reading. Central Bank of Nigeria Act Repeal Bill 2023, first reading. Administration of Criminal Justice Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Payment of judgment debt by federal government Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Pharmaceutical Technologists and Pharmacy Technicians Council of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply Management of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Dave Umahi, Federal University of Medical Sciences, Uburu, Ebonyi State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Medical Center, Ugupa, Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Medical Center, Atan Ota, Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal University of Technology, Atan Ota, Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Tertiary Hospitals Development Tax Fund Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigerian Heroes Welfare Agency Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Institute for Creative and Performing Arts, ICATE, Surulere, Lagos State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, ITIRE, Lagos State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Education, Ijesha, Lagos State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Sport Development Fund Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Children Entrepreneur Training Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigerian Rural Healthcare Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Institute for Technical and Vocational Education, Minjibur, Kano State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Ungogo, Kano State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Capital Territory Customary Court Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Petroleum Training Institute, Ibeno, Akwa Ibom State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Eket, Akwa Ibom State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Education, Technical, Akwet, Cross River State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Agriculture and Forestry, Urban, Akampa, Cross River State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Akwet, Cross River State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Mathematical Center Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Joint Admission and Matriculation Board Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading.
The first order of the day is a motion on reconsideration of outstanding bills from the preceding assembly, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombre. Honorable Ihombre is invited to move the motion.
I rise to move for the reconsideration of outstanding bills from the preceding assembly as follows. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Otu Jeremy, Delta State Establishment Bill 2023, HB 221. Broadcasting Practitioners Council of Nigeria 2023, HB 247. African Union Development Agency Bill 2023, HB 271. African Union Convention for the Protection and Assistance of Internally Displaced Persons in Nigeria Bill 2023, HB 272. National Commission for Museum and Monuments Repeal and Enactment Bill, HB 274. Alex Ekweme Federal Teaching Hospital, Abakaliki Establishment Bill 2023, HB 281. Satellite Towns Development Agency Bill, HB 290. And Federal College of Education of Mwara, Kwara State Establishment Bill 2023, HB 185. Mr. Speaker, in pursuant of the Order 12, Rule 16 of the Standing Orders of the House, bills that went to the President for assent and for which assent was denied will be represented to the House for reconsideration. I therefore commit these bills to the committee, to be committed to the Committee of the Whole. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I rise to second the motion as ably moved by Professor Ihombre. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We'll ask the question. Those in support of the motion should say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The bills are referred to the Committee of the Whole. The second order of the day is a motion on need to rehabilitate Emere Okeba Adoka Road and complete the abandoned Ampa Oyagade Road in Kogi State. Standing in the name of Honorable Abdullahi Ibrahim Halems. Honorable Halems is invited to move the motion.
I rise to move the motion on the need to rehabilitate Emere Okaba Adoka Road to Ayangba Ampa Otukpa Road and complete the abandoned Ampa Onyagede Road in Kogi State. The House knows that Emere Okaba Adoka Road, Ayangba Ampa Otukpa roads in Kogi State are federal roads and are major roads linking Kogi, Benue to the north central and southern states of the country. Also knows that the Ampa Onyagede Road is a major road which connects Kogi State to the northern and southern states of Nigeria, traversing 4 constituencies in Kogi, Benue, and Nasarawa states, through which farmers and traders transport goods and services. Aware that approximately 33 million for the general maintenance of Ayangba Ampa Benue border Otukpa roads was included in the 2023 budget under Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FAMA. Why not wait? Worried. I have the privilege.
Honorable Halems, this is the Deputy Leader of the House. Please let's accord him some respect.
Worried that
this is the Deputy Leader, but please make it very brief.
Worried that a portion of the Emere Okaba Adoka Road in Kogi State is seriously damaged as a result of gully erosion and now a death trap, a den of kidnappers, leading to loss of lives, goods, and services worth millions of naira. Cognizant that if the Emere Okaba Adoka Road is not urgently rehabilitated, it will cut off connectivity in the affected areas.
Leader, go to your prayers, Leader.
North Central and southern states of the country. My prayers are those. The House resolved to urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing through the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FAMA, to rehabilitate the affected portion of the Emere Okaba Adoka Road in Kogi State to avoid further loss of lives and properties. Prayer number 2. Also urge the Ecological Fund Office to remedy the ecological challenge posed by the gully erosion on the Emere Okaba Adoka Road and also ensure the provision of funds in the 2024 budget estimate to comprehensively solve the ecological challenge of the road in Kogi State. Prayer number 3. Also urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to include the construction of the abandoned Ampa Onyagede Road and the rehabilitation of the dilapidated 100-kilometer Emere Okaba Adoka Road in the 2024 budget estimate. Prayer number 4. Again urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to make provision for the general maintenance of Ayangba Ampa Otukpa Road in the 2023 and to 2024 budget estimate. And 5, finally, mandate the Committee on Works, Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FAMA, and Ecological Fund to ensure compliance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. I so move.
I rise this morning to second the motion as heavily moved by my leader. I so second, sir.
So I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Work, Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, and Ecological Fund once constituted. Honorable colleagues, the third order of the day is a motion on need to rehabilitate the electricity installation along Hadija Jalo Uguwan Jibrin in Kwagama local government area of Kwagama Malam Madori Federal Constituency. This motion is standing in the name of Honorable Maki Abubakar Yeleman. Honorable Yeleman is invited to move the motion if it's in the House.
I rise to move the motion that need to rehabilitate the electricity installation along Hadija Dakaya Eleman Hadin Marke Yalo and Ungo Jibrin of Kaugama local government in Malamudur Kaugama Federal Constituency, Jigawa State. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, you know that the Ontario state of electricity installation resulted in significant hardship for residents and business in affected areas, undermining economic development and the overall well-being of the Kaugama Malamudur Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, let me go directly to the prayers of this motion to save our time. The prayers, 1, urge the Ministry of Power and Rural Electrification Agency, REA, as a matter of urgency, ensure timely rehabilitation of electricity installation along Hadeja, Dakayawa, Eleman, Hadin Marke, Yalo, and Ungo Jibrin of Kaugama local government in Jigawa State. 2, also ensure the electricity distribution company of Kano assess the facilities of extending the power grid and improve distribution of network in the constituency. And the last one, to mandate the Committee of Power when constituted to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues.
To have a second from a woman legislator.
I rise to second the motion as ably moved by Honorable Mankins. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Power once constituted. Distinguished colleagues, the fourth order of the day is a motion on need to investigate the irregularities and alleged corruption in the Nigerian energy security provider NNPC Retail Limited and the acquisition of OVH Energy Marketing, standing in the names of Honorable Miriam Onoha and 7 other honorable members. Honorable Onoha is invited to move the motion.
I rise to take this motion on the need to investigate the irregularities and alleged corruption in the Nigerian energy security provider, NNPC Retail Limited, and the acquisition of OVL Energy Marketing. The House notes that the NNPC Retail is a subsidiary of NNPC Limited, saddled with the responsibility of retailing fuel and allied products to the Nigerian populace, with over 700 company-owned stations and affiliates across all states. The House also notes that the recent enactment of the Petroleum Industry Act, NNPC Limited was commercialized and expected to fund its operations. To achieve this feat, NNPC Limited deployed a plan to grow the assets of NNPC Retail Limited, which includes the acquisition of other downstream companies. The House is now concerned that the lopsided...
You are protected, please. Stop shouting this prayer. It's only the chair that has the right to call her to go to prayer. Please, let's be orderly. This is a ranking women legislator. We should allow the women to be heard among us. Please, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We don't only deserve a bow. Thanks for the protection. The House is also concerned that before this acquisition, OVL Energy claimed to have about 380 company-owned stations, a jetty, an LPG plant, 3 lubricant blending plants, amongst others, warehouses, 72 stations, as others were leased or owned by third parties. All 8 LPG plants were leased, 12 lubricant warehouses were also leased. The House is now concerned that the lopsided appointment of the management team and staff of NNPC Retail Limited, made up of about 75% of OVH staff, and the appointment of an expatriate, a former MD of OVH, as the managing director, ahead of many qualified Nigerians, The immediate
Okay, you can go to your prayers now, honorable
the
colleague.
last paragraph. The immediate relocation of the NNPC Retail Limited from Abuja to Lagos has become worrisome, amongst others. The House has therefore resolved as follows: to urge the NNPC Limited to immediately suspend the acquisition of OVH Energy, marketing, and proposed relocation of the NNPC retail headquarters from Abuja to Lagos, pending the outcome of this investigation. Also, the House resolves to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the circumstances surrounding the acquisition of the OVH Energy by the NNPC Limited and report back to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I rise to second the motion heavily moved by Honorable Princess Miriam. I so second.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to. No, the gavel has gone down. This motion is referred to the ad hoc committee once constituted. As we mentioned to you from the start that we're going to take only one from each geopolitical zone, we have done North Central by Honorable Halim's, Northwest by Honorable Maki, Southeast by Miriam Ono. The seventh order of the day is a motion on need to protect hapless Nigerians from discrimination by foreign national, standing in the name of Honorable Anthony Adebayo Adepoju. Honorable Adepoju, who is from the Southwest, is invited to move the motion.
I rise to move a motion on the need to protect hapless Nigerians from discrimination by foreign nationals. The House resolves and notes that federal government desire to boost the growth of the Nigerian economy has embarked on the policy of ease of doing business with its concomitant invitation and acceptance of direct foreign investment into the country. The House also notes that the sterling policy of the government has opened the floodgates of foreigners into the country. Some are embarking on policies and actions that are anti-people and in flagrant disobedience of our laws. The House is concerned that the majority of foreigners who are involved in these unwholesome practices are Chinese and Lebanese nationals engaged in either construction industries or retail businesses. Also concerned that the above stated nationals are employing Nigerians on an ad hoc basis with no condition of service nor any welfare or medical services, thereby violating the rights of their workers and the labor laws of our country. Recalls that on the 20th of June 2023, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, picketed a Chinese construction company, Shanky Construction Company, at their site at New ECOWAS Secretariat Airport Road, Lugbe, Abuja, over allegations of inhuman treatment and casualization of its workers. The company's obnoxious policies led to the death of one of its drivers, Mr. A. Augustine, with no care, empathy, or sympathy from the management of the company. Also recalls that the real-life apartheid racist system practiced by a Chinese Lebanese company known as Fwani Nigeria Limited, a retailer of Hisense electronics at Idu Warehouse, plot 791, Cadastral Zone, Idu Industrial Area, Abuja, where privileges between workers, Nigerian customers, and a class of people referred to as whites, up to and including the use of toilets, conveniences are awfully and strictly compartmentalized and segregated. Worried that this apparent state of siege, exploitation, and dehumanization of Nigerians by foreigners in our country is totally unacceptable and condemnable, as it is nothing but a pullback to the dark era of colonization and slavery. The House resolves to urge the federal government to be more alive to its responsibility and protect Nigerians, especially the masses, from abuse of their constitutional rights as citizens, and mandate the Committee on Human Rights, when constituted, to investigate the incidents and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second this very, very important motion moved by my brother, Dr. Adebodi from Oyo State. I hereby second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Before I complete the question, what is the, let me hear from you, Anthony, from Lagos.
Mr. Speaker, my amendment goes for an addition to urge the federal government, especially Ministry for Interior, to emphasize and insist on expatriate quota on any foreign company that will work in Nigeria. I take it again. To urge the federal government, especially Ministry for Interior, to emphasize on the expatriate quota on any foreign national company that is going to work in Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The emphasis is that we'll be able to enable whatever to work on it, because we have discovered that if you go to most companies that are operated by foreigners, the expatriate quotas are not considered, and its compliance is not complied with, and we need to emphasize on it.
But you know, we have, our law is clear on this. It's clear on this. There is a particular requirement.
Yes, Your Speaker, but
for anybody who is bringing in expatriates to work in our country.
There's no compliance and enforcement.
So your amendment, what is your amendment saying specifically?
My amendment is that to urge the federal government, especially Ministry for Interior, to ensure compliance on expatriate quota on any foreign company.
All right, thank you. It's an amendment motion. Any supporter to that motion? Any seconder? Those in support of this motion for amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Yes, please, let's get your amendment.
My amendment is on prayer 2, that the House mandates the committees on human rights and labor, employment and productivity, when constituted, to investigate the incidences and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so amend.
I rise to second the motion as amended by my honorable colleague. Thank you so much.
Those against say no. The ayes have it. Those in support of the motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Human Rights and Labor once constituted. The motion on the need to address incessant kidnappings in Ningi, Waji Federal Constituency, Bauchi State. Standing in the name of Honorable Adamu Hashimu Ranga. Honorable Ranga is invited to move the motion. Subject matter and prayers, please.
Okay. Ningi Waji Federal Constituency has been endowed with vast agricultural and mineral potentialities, which enhance its visibility to attract the participation of Nigerians in managing the natural resources. Let me go directly to the prayers to save time. The House should observe 1 minute silence in honor of the deceased victims that were brutally killed during the kidnapping. Prayer 2, urge the military, police, and office of the National Security Advisor to deploy a joint patrol team to address the worsening security situation in the affected areas within the federal constituency. 3, and mandate the Committee on National Security and Intelligence, when constituted, to ensure compliance and report back within 4 weeks.
I rise to second the motion ably moved by my colleague here. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The prayers are resolved in the motion. The next order of the day is the 10th order of the day.
Yes, I've been reminded that there is a part of the prayer that asks for 1 minute silence. May we rise for 1 minute silence? May the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. Most distinguished colleagues, the 10th order of the day, which is coming from South-South, the last one came from Northeast, is from Honorable Mark Essed. It is on the need to stop the diversion of Nigeria-bound cargoes to neighboring countries and decongest the Apapa and Tinkan Island seaports, standing in the name of Honorable Mark Essed. Honorable Essed is invited to move the motion.
Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to move a motion on the need to stop the diversions of Nigerian-bound cargoes to neighboring countries and decongest the Apapa and Tinkan Island seaports. The House notes that Nigeria has 6 major seaports, which includes Apapa Port and the Tinkan Island Port in Lagos State, the Calabar Port in Cross River State, the Port Harcourt Port and the Onne Port in Rivers State, and the Warri Port in Delta State. Also note that despite 6 seaports in Nigeria, Apapa and Tinkan Island ports in Lagos have remained the nation's major economic gateway, while the rest have remained either mostly idle or totally non-functional. Further notes that due to the inoperations of other seaports, the Apapa and Tinkan Island ports are currently operating 3 times above their capacity, as they handle over 70% of Nigerian-bound import and export goods, thus making it extremely difficult for trucks to clear their goods on time and resulting in loss of man-hours and resources. Concerned that, according to reports, as a result of congestions, collapse of core aprons, and poor monitoring system in Nigerian ports, 60% of containers shipped to West Africa, to West and Central Africa, destined for Nigerian markets, are diverted to ports in Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, and Cote d'Ivoire, causing a yearly revenue loss of about 136 billion.
Okay, can you go to your prayers, please?
Mr. Speaker, by your leave, I'll go to the prayers. That the House do resolve.
I noticed that you have a very particular paragraph that you're interested there. Can you read that one, then you go to prayers? I just observed that. So go to that most important paragraph and then you go to prayer. We're just rushing for time. You know, hope deferred maketh the heart sick. There's a lot of hope floating here, so we want to make sure that we'll shorten the time for the hope and make this crowning take place in a few minutes' time. Thank you. So the most important paragraph and then the prayers.
Mr. Speaker, I've seen the copy here before my honorable colleagues. Let me go to the prayers.
Right.
Save time. Thank you.
Thank you.
The House will resolve to urge the federal government to rehabilitate the eastern seaports, construct more deep seaports, and decongest Lagos ports in order to encourage more patronage and grow the economy, the country's gross domestic product. 2, also urge the federal government to construct dry ports across strategic locations to serve an island hub for cargo handling and processing and divert maritime traffic from seaport, thus reducing pressure on seaports and facilitating smoother cargo movement. 3, further urge the federal government to set up a joint task force to ensure port corridors regulations and ensure that port corridors are restricted to port authorities' operations. 4, again urge the federal government to the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to construct railways as alternative routes to major ports across the country to ease cargo movements and reduce road congestions around the ports. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, mandate the committees on maritime, customs, excise, and works to investigate the factors hindering the smooth running of Nigerian seaports with a view to coping the diversions of Nigerian-bound cargoes to neighboring countries and ensuring that the ports operate effectively to boost the country's economy, and report back to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I rise today to second the motion ably moved by my honorable colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Amendment.
My amendment is on prayer number 1. I don't think we need to construct a more deep, additional deep sea ports at the moment, because we have more than enough. We have 6, and out of the 6 we have, only 4 are functional. Only 2, that's Papa and Tinka, and the Calabar port is idle, the Warri port is idle, the Calabar
Please, are you leading the debate or amending? Go straight and amend.
Amendment will be urged on the federal government to rehabilitate the eastern seaports and decongest Lagos ports in order to encourage more patronage and grow the country's gross domestic products.
Is it not captured in the prayer?
Yes, but there was an addition there to construct more deep ports. I think that should be expunged. That should be expunged because the ones we have are not being maximally utilized.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to this amendment? Yes. And those in support of the motion as well say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Amendments, Mr. Speaker. Any other amendment? Bamidele Saddam.
I propose amendments to prayer number 4 and 5. Prayer number 4, Mr. Speaker, I want to propose that rather than ask the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to construct railways, it should be the Federal Ministry of Transport. Federal Ministry of Transportation, thank you. And then prayer number 5, Mr. Speaker, I want to propose that we should include the Committee on Port and Harbour to those list of committees: Port and Harbour, Maritime, Customs, Excise, and Works. So those are my amendments, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
I rise to second the amendment as ably moved by my honourable colleague. Thank you.
I put the question. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
I just want to amend the second to the last line of the prayer 5. 6 weeks is against our rule. Okay, it has changed to 4 weeks, but what I have here is 6.
Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of the motion as amended say aye. Oh, no, we have one more amendment. Please go on, honorable member. Sorry. Those in support of the motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Maritime, Custom, Excise, and Works once constituted, and as well as Port and Harbour once constituted. Transportation is included once constituted. Honorable colleagues, we'll take the last motion for today, and it's the motion on the need to identify and recover public funds seized, forfeited, and abandoned in financial institutions and government agencies towards improving the current economic challenges in Nigeria, standing in the name of Honorable Dachun M. Bagos. Honorable Bagos is invited to move the motion if he's in the House. Honorable Bagos.
The heading and the resolve, the need to identify and recover public funds seized, fortified, and abandoned in financial institutions and government agencies to improve the current economic challenges in Nigeria. The House resolved to constitute an ad hoc committee to appraise the federal government's current policy framework to ascertain who authorized the seizures, who is in possession, who kept the seized funds, and for what duration, and demand for the statement of accounts for a period covering 10 years and proper measures to curb revenues, losses, identify and analyze all funds trapped in other banks and funds recovered so far by the following agencies: CBN, EFCC, NFIU, and other agencies, and report back to the House within 4 weeks. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Amendments? Yes. We will take only 2 amendments.
Mr. Speaker, my amendment is on the prayer number C, that says demand for the statement of account for a period covering 10 years, but there is no specification. So I amend that the prayer should read, demand for the statement of accounts for a period covering 10 years between 2013 till date. That is my amendment, sir.
Is to second the motion for the amendment led by my colleague, and I hereby second.
I rise to move that we amend the prayer itself and the title. The title says funds. It's not only funds that are recovered, we should include properties. So I rise to move that we amend the title of the prayer to read, recover public funds and properties. That's my amendment. I so propose. Thank you.
I think you want to change the whole...
Latest, we'll have a standing committee on anti-corruption. The process of these things we are talking about, the sources are anti-corruption or other crimes. So I propose that we, rather than constituting an ad hoc committee, that this matter should be referred to the Standing Committee on Anti-Corruption to take proper action. Thank you. I so amend, Mr. Speaker.
On the amendment, my dear colleague, that we wait for the Standing Committee that is coming up in a few hours. That's right. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The nays have it. We are going to the supplementary copy of the other paper today. We have a second one that is being distributed so that you take note of it. This coming from the clerk. The next business of the day is presentation of 101 bills. And I invite the clerk to read the short titles.
Federal University of Agriculture, Ibadan, Oyo State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Interstate Mass Transit Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Fiscal Responsibility Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Births, Deaths, etc. Compulsory Registration Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Film and Video Censors Board Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Directorate of Employment Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigeria Army Institute of Military Engineering, Makodi Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigeria Army Institute of Technology and Environmental Studies, Makodi Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal
the speaker is ready. The speaker is ready to come in to continue the activities you've been all waiting for. But the more you are organized and quiet, the faster he will walk in here. Please.
Federal Capital Territory Abuja Area Courts Bill 2023, first reading. Trade Dispute Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Recovery of Public Property Special Provisions Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading.
Honorable Bagos, go and sit down, please.
Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Counterfeit and fake drugs and unwholesome processed foods Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Tribunals of Inquiry Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Public Holiday Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading.
Please sit
Naval
down.
Training Command Institute Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Environmental Impact Assessment Bill 2023, first reading. Regional Center for Oral Health Research and Training Initiatives Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru Bill 2023, first reading. Commodity and Grain Board Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. FCT University of Science and Technology Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Abaji Bill 2023, first reading. National Commission for Colleges of Agriculture, Abaji Bill 2023, first reading. Nigeria Cooperative Societies Amendment Bill 2023, Abaji Bill 2023, first reading. Emergency Powers Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, first reading. Nuclear Safety, Security and Safeguards Bill, Abuja Bill 2023, first reading. National Inland Waterways Authority, Abuja Bill 2023, first reading. National Board for Technical Education Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2023, first reading. National Commission for Colleges of Education Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Rice Development Council Bill 2023, first reading. National Universities Commission Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Widowhood Leave Bill 2023, first reading. National Commission for Polytechnics Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Agriculture, Kacha, Niger State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Southeast Development Commission Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Civil Aviation Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Directorate of Employment Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Arbitration and Conciliation Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Child's Right Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Polytechnics Regulatory Commission Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Institute of Vocational and Technical Education, Calabar, Cross River State Bill 2023, first reading. National Polytechnics Regulatory Commission Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Monitoring and Control of Instruments Bill 2023, first reading. Chartered Institute of Coast Managers of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. National Board for Technical Education Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Niger Delta Development Commission Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Capital Territory FCT Directorate of Road Traffic and Motor Vehicle Administration Service Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Capital Territory Health Insurance Agency Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Public Procurement Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Business and Technical Examination Board Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Examination Council Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal University of Land Resources Technology Rabat Sokoto State Bill 2023, first reading. National Rice Production Processing and Research Institute Argungu Kevi State Bill 2023, first reading. National Cotton Production Processing and Research Institute Talata Mafara Zamfara State Bill 2023, first reading. National Granule Production Processing and Research Institute Urundo Sokoto State Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Education Amaibo Bill 2023, first reading. Compulsory Free Universal Basic Education Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. EFCC Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Companies and Allied Matters Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Oil and Gas Investment and Free Zones Bill 2023, first reading. Harmful Waste Special Criminal Provisions ETC Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Directorate of Employment Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Institute of Safety Professionals of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Agricultural Produce Technology Kano State Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Institute of Fisheries Research Establishment Tafa Baleo Bauchi State Bill 2023, first reading. Upgrade Technical School Ileode Ileife to Federal College of Education Technical Ileife Osun State 2023, first reading. Communication Center Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigeria Utilities Charges Commission Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Industrial Training Ford Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Industrial Center Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Anti-Torture Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Electricity Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Insurance Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Project Development Agency Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Notaries Public Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigeria Shippers Council Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, first reading. Carriage of Goods by Land, Road and Rail 2023, first reading. National Research Institute for Chemical Technology Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Corrupt Practice and Other Related Offences Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Act Alteration Bill 2023, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Act Alteration Bill 2023, first reading. Nigerian Postal Service Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Nigerian Ports Authority Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Act, Alteration Bill 2023, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Act, Alteration Bill 2023, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Act, Alteration Bill 2023, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Act, Alteration Bill 2023, first reading. Immigration Act Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Institute for Nigerian Languages Act, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal College of Land Resources Technology, Owerri, Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Education, National Minimum Standards and Establishment of Institutions Act, Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Reversion of Forfeited Assets Regulation Bill 2023, first reading. National Broadcasting Commission Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. Federal Road Safety Commission Amendment Bill 2023, first reading. National Film and Video Censors Board Act, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, first reading.
Members who submitted their bills will be happy that the secretariats have captured some of this bill. Good job, well done, the secretariat. And now, the next order of the day is a motion on reconsideration of these outstanding bills from the preceding assembly, standing in the name of Julius Ihombre. He's invited to move the motion.
To move for the reconsideration of outstanding bills for the preceding assembly. And according to Order 12, Rule 16 of outstanding orders, any bill that was passed by the preceding assembly went through concurrence and went to the President for assent, but for which assent was not granted and has been re-gazetted, can be presented again for the Committee of the Whole. The bills in question are Commercial Computers Protection Bill 2023, HB 2020, Chartered Institute of Agribusiness of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2023, HB 138, Chartered Institute of Forensic of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2023, HB 140, Federal College of Horticulture, Okigwe Establishment Bill 2023, HB 171, Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2023, HB 172, Federal College of Nursing, Midwifery and Health Sciences Bill 2023, HB 173, National Center for Ear, Nose and Throat Disease Establishment Bill 2023, HB 182, Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill 2023, HB 309, Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers Bill 2023, HB 416, Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Directorate of Road Traffic and Motor Vehicle Administration Service, Bill 2023, HB 417, Federal Capital Territory Health Insurance Agency Establishment Bill 2023, HB 418, and Public Procurement Amendment Bill 2023, HB 419.
I rise this afternoon to second that motion moved by my leader.
Moved by leader and seconded, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The bills are referred to the Committee of the Whole. Before we go to the next order of the day, it is important to have the leader move a motion on personal explanation on an issue that is very important to the health of our democracy in the continent and as well as our country, Nigeria. Leader, you may.
The motion is the need to condemn the coup d'etat in the Niger Republic. The House, recognizing that the entire world has come to acknowledge democratic governance as the best form of government, knows that both the AU, the African Union, and regional bodies have declared full support for democratically established governments, observing that the new chairman of ECOWAS Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu GCFR strongly condemned illegal takeover of power in the sub-region in his acceptance speech, alarmed that in spite of this declaration, in Niger Republic, some military officers led by Mohamed Bazoum dissolved the constitution, suspended all institutions, and closed the country's borders, asserting that this act violates Niger's constitution, the protocols of the AU and ECOWAS, as well as current globally accepted commitments to peace, democracy, and democratization, resolves to 1. Strongly condemn the coup d'etat in Niger Republic. 2. Urge the chairman of ECOWAS and all the leadership in the sub-region to use all means within their powers to ensure a speedy return to democratic governance in Niger, and urge the international community to condemn the coup in Niger. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Leader of the House. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
It's an issue that we want to hear one person from here, one person from here for now. So those in support of this motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. The 14th order of the day is consideration of a bill for an act to amend the Electricity Act 2023 to address the concerns of the host communities and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the bill was committed to the Committee of the Whole on Thursday, 19th July 2023. The House Leader will move for its consideration. Leader, move.
I rise to move that the committee do resolve into the Committee of the Whole. I so move.
I rise to second the motion that the House do consider the report and the Committee of the Whole. I so second.
Motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 15th order of the day is consideration of a bill for an act to amend the Niger Delta Development Commission Act 2000. Honorable members will recall that the bill was committed to the Committee of the Whole on Wednesday, 26 July 2023. The House Leader will move for its consideration.
I rise to move that the House do consider the report for a bill for an act to amend the Electricity Act 2023 to address the concerns of host communities and for related matters, HB 38.
The motion that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole to consider the bill, I so second.
House Leader, move that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole to consider bills. House Leader.
The Committee of the Whole, I so move.
The motion that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole, I so second.
Those in support the House do resolve to Committee of the Whole say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolve into the Committee of the Whole. Most distinguished colleagues, the first bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Electricity Act 2023 to address the concerns of the host communities and for related matters. I invite the leader to give the synopsis of this bill if he's ready.
Mr. Speaker, you recall, distinguished colleagues, you recall that yesterday we tried to deal with this bill, and the issues that were raised was about more details on what we were deleting and what we were replacing, and the arrangements of the GENCOs that were in question. Essentially, the real issue was to save 5% from GENCOs and invest this in the host communities. There was nothing else to this bill. But luckily for us, Honorable Jimmy Benson is here, who is the mover of the original bill, and he has assured us he will throw more light to address the issues that were raised by the Honorable Wase, Right Honorable Wase yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to yield the floor to Honorable Jimmy Benson.
Since the man behind the bill is here, it will be good to hear one or two things from him.
Mr. Speaker, after much consultation with your good self and your ebullient and dynamic predecessor, Honorable Wase, I seek the leave of this House to delete the much talked about Section 6. But Mr. Chairman,
I stand by the provisions of Section 95, and I do pray that this Honorable House grants and prays for the adoption. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of it say aye. So clause 1 is carried. Clause 1, clause 2, clause 3, clause 4, short title, long title, the second bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Niger Delta Development Commission Act 2000. I invite the leader to give the synopsis of this bill. Leader, please.
I rise to explain that this bill was also considered yesterday, and the essential content was to add one more, to make it 3 instead of 2 to the director's list. There is nothing else that has been added or removed from the bill. So I move that the House do consider this and approve.
A and 12(1) of the Niger Delta Development Commission Establishment etc. Act Cap N 86 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 by increasing the number of executive directors from 2 to 3. It also seeks to add a new Section 9, Sub 1, Paragraph L, which creates a new Directorate of Corporate Services and for Related Matters, HB 264. The question is that clause 1 to 6 stands part of the bill. In support, those in support of this say aye. Clause 1 is carried. Clause 1, clause 2, clause 3, clause 4, clause 5, clause 6, explanatory memorandum, long title, leader, honorable colleagues, leader is invited to move that the House refers to plenary to report progress.
I rise to move that the House do return to plenary, having concluded the 2 items listed for the committee of the whole. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
What you've been waiting for.
Second that the House do revert to its normal sitting. Thank you.
Those in support that the House resolve to plenary to report progress say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Consider the report on a bill for an act to amend the Niger Delta Commission Act 2000 and for related matters, and thereby approving clauses 1 to 6, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Those in support should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to amend the Electricity Act 2023 to address the concern of host communities and for related matters, and in so doing approved clauses 1 to 5 and the long title of the bill. Those in support should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, can you move to adopt the proceedings?
I rise to move that the House do adopt the report of the Speaker from the committee considerations of the Committee of the Whole. I so move, Mr.
Hereby second the motion moved by our able leader. Thank you, sir.
The ayes have it. Leader, please can you move that the 2 bills should be read for the 3rd time?
I rise to apply that the House to apply for the 3rd reading of the 2 bills considered in the Committee of the Whole, for which the report has been ably rendered by Mr. Speaker. I do apply, Mr. Speaker.
Vote you say aye. Those against you say nay. The ayes have it. The 2 bills have been read for the 3rd time and passed. Please, clerk, go ahead and read the long title of the two bills.
Electricity Act 2020 to address the concern of host communities and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Niger Delta Development Commission Act 2000 and for related matters. Third reading.
Bills read for the third time and passed. Honorable colleagues, let me do the needful because I know a lot of us are waiting for this particular moment. My call is that whatever we do, whatever is said, we should try and take in good faith. We believe that we have done the best we can to carry everyone along and to do the needful. There is no any bias or selfish interest put in whatever we are going to announce in the next few minutes. Thank you, honorable colleagues. I will read my remarks because today, incidentally, is also the last day of this legislative year, and we need to carry home some messages. So with your kind permission, I'll go ahead. Honorable colleagues, fellow citizens and members of the press, I'm highly honored to welcome you all to today's plenary, which marks the end of the legislative year in the first session of the 10th Assembly. Today, we will equally mark the commencement of committee activities in the 10th House of Representatives as we formally unveil and inaugurate the newly constituted standing committees of the House for members to begin to respond to the yearnings of our constituents through the discharge of our constitutional obligations. The House, since its inauguration on June 13, 2023, has made remarkable progress in solidifying its presence and fulfilling its duties. I understand that honorable colleagues have gotten their offices and settled in. The House has passed a bill on the provision of palliatives to cushion the impact of fuel subsidy, stoppage, and consider good number of motions and bills in the past few weeks. The House has also set up other committees to investigate gas flaring and ministries, departments, and agencies on personnel recruitment and employment racketeering. The House has screened and confirmed the newly appointed service chiefs. The Committee on Legislative Agenda is concluding its assignment, and all this signifies the seriousness we have attached to the confidence the people repose in us. The inauguration of standing committees today not only marks the completion of the initial phase of settling down, but also underscores our dedication to efficient governance. Pursuant to Section 62 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, which empowers us to work through committees, I am glad to inform the House and the general public that the Selection Committee, which I chair, has concluded the constitution of committees for the House. The Selection Committee relied on the capacities, experiences, knowledge, competencies, skills, and legislative interest of members in assigning colleagues to different committees. This we did to ensure that we have round pegs in round holes. Indeed, we had to cope with the onerous task of assigning members to the different committees on the basis of the criteria listed earlier. Nonetheless, I'm not unmindful of the fact that in spite of the painstaking efforts of the Selection Committee in setting up these committees, not everybody will be satisfied in terms of choice of committees. I particularly carry a very heavy burden to appreciate members for their unanimous endorsement of my aspiration to lead this House. However, it is practically impossible to make every member a committee chairman or vice chairman. But let me remind you that there are limitless opportunities within the House, and I assure you that we will provide these opportunities for every member desirous of services to do so. While the outcome may not be perfect, favorable, or satisfactory to all, I have no doubt that the Selection Committee has done what could be considered to be in the best interest of the House and nation. It is therefore proper and fitting at this juncture to express my gratitude to members of the Selection Committee for their sacrifices and commitment in the constitution of the committees we are inaugurating today. My dear colleagues, you will recall that the leadership of the House has consistently assured members of its resolve to be fair to all, irrespective of political leanings and affiliations. There are no grade A, nor the so-called juicy committees, as some erroneously often think. Every committee of the House enjoys equal status, powers, and privileges as mere working groups to discharge the mandate given to us by our constituents. The committee system, aptly described as little legislators by Woodrow Wilson, plays a crucial role in legislative bodies to its central role in performing the bulk of legislative responsibilities and tasks. This system involves dividing the legislature into smaller component units, working groups, which aims to enhance efficiency, improve productivity, facilitate legislative oversight of other branches of government, promote citizens' participation in legislation, and enable detailed scrutiny of legislative instruments such as bills and motions. Let me state unequivocally that all members of committees have equal status and must be carried along as such. Committee chairmen are only administrative heads who must ensure the involvement of every member in the activities of committees. The principle of teamwork should guide our engagement in these committees. Committee chairmen must ensure that there are functional secretariats for their respective committees. This is very crucial as the House is redefining legislative work at the committees. All committees are now required to submit regular reports of their activities to the leadership of the House on a quarterly basis. Investigative hearings, public hearings, and reports from oversight functions have to be submitted to the House in plenary for further legislative action. Accordingly, the committees should draw up their work plans and submit them to the leadership of the House. Honorable colleagues, our responsibilities as lawmakers require diligence, probity, transparency, dedication, and commitment to national interest. I therefore charge you to be guided by these principles, even as we embark on the oversight of other arms of government. We must see the powers of oversight given to us by the Constitution as a means to promote good governance through compliance to the laws of the land. Distinguished honorable colleagues, at this point, I will take a break to announce the committees we have in this 10th Assembly. AIDS, loans, and debt management. We have Honorable Abubakar Nalaraban, APC Nasarawa, as the chairman, while Honorable Larry Okundola, APC Lagos, as his deputy. Appropriation Committee, we have Honorable Abubakar Bichi as the chairman, Honorable Idu Igarwe, PDP Ebonyi, as his deputy. Constitutional Review, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, IBM, is the chairman of the committee, while Honorable Julius Ehovere will deputize for him. House Services, we have Honorable Amos Daniel Kaduna as the chairman, while Honorable Ishaya Lalu as the deputy. Alternative Education, we have Honorable Aliyu Ibrahim Al-Mustafa as the chairman, while Honorable Akinosi Olatunji is his deputy. Public Petitions, Honorable Mike Etaba is the chairman, while his deputy is Honorable Adamu Ibrahim Gamawa. Hydrological Services, HYPADEC, we have Honorable Mohamud Abdullahi Agaye as the chairman, while Honorable Apo Paul as his deputy. Committee on Ports and Harbour, We have Honorable Inoli Naji as the chairman, while Honorable Yemi Ali is his deputy. Agricultural Production and Services, we have Honorable Bello Kawoje as the chairman, while Honorable Kelechi Nwogu will be his deputy. Committee on Works, we have Honorable Akin Alabi as the chairman, while Honorable Architect Usman Banye as his deputy. Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, we have Honorable Ibori Suenu as the chair, while Honorable Jafuru Leko will be the deputy. Local content, Honorable Boma Guded is the chair, while Honorable Sheyi Sheomi is the deputy. National Planning and Economic Development, we have Honorable Ishaka Ibrahim as the chairman, while Honorable Clement Jimbo is the deputy. Committee on Food and Drugs Administrations and Control, we have Honorable Mrs. Regina Akwime as the chairperson, while Honorable Imeka Idu Godwin is the deputy. University Education, we have Honorable Abubakar Fulata as the chairman, while Honorable Ete Ipong as the deputy. Committee on Land Transport, we have Honorable Blessing Uno as the chair, while Honorable Fayinka Oluwatoyin as the deputy. Legislative Committee on Legislative Compliance, we have Honorable Yusuf Badaw as the chairman, while Honorable Gwacha Maureen Chinwe as the deputy. FCT Judiciary, we have Honorable David Zakaria as the chairperson, as the chairman, while Honorable Ibe Osonwa as the deputy. Committee on Finance, we have Honorable James Faleke as the chairman, while Honorable Seydou Musa Abdullahi as the deputy. Committee on Commerce, we have Honorable Ahmed Munir Lere as the chairman, Honorable James Barker as the deputy. Committee on Information Technology, we have Honorable Stanley Olaide as the chairman, while Honorable Jingi Rufai as the deputy. We have Committee on Agri-Colleges and Institutions, we have Honorable Akim Adeyemi as the chairman, while Honorable Idris Salman is the deputy. Committee on Judiciary, we have Honorable Wale Oke as the chairman, while Honorable Mohammed Danjuma is his deputy. Delegated legislation, we have Honorable Femi Bamishile as the chairman, with Honorable Okafo Dominic Ifeanyi as the deputy. Ecological Funds, we have Honorable Aminu Jaji as the chairman, while Honorable Oyedeji Najimdin Oyeshina as the deputy. Honorable colleagues, by the powers conferred on me by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and our standing rules, I hereby integrate the standing committees and charge you to be committed to the promotion of peace, order, and good governance of our nation. Thank you as I wish you success in the discharge of your various committee assignments. Good luck and best wishes. You may sit down, please. Because of the importance of some of the ad hoc committee assignments we have given, we want to advise that those who may want to opt to continue with their ad hoc assignment are free to do so that we'll be able to cover a lot of mileage by the time we come back. Thank you.
I move that the House do adopt the votes and proceedings for today's plenary.
I stand to second the motion by the House Leader to adopt the vote of proceedings of today.
This motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, can you please move that the House adjourn?
The resumption is set
should say nay. The ayes have it. House adjourned until September.
That was the plenary before the House adjourned for a 6-week recess, and as the Speaker indicated, members of the House during the recess will continue to carry out legislative activities at the committee level and at their federal constituencies. And that's the package for today. Join us again for another episode. I am Itaire Ikpe. See you next time.